grade. We are doing for our team we're going to do on identifying homophobes. So they're going to have to identify these and explain them. Our learning objective, well, my learning objective, is when given a blank paper, students will be able to identify, sketch a visual, and explain a homophone in the appropriate context with their peers in a 1 to 3 minute presentation. For my classroom, I decided to do authoritative classroom because I like to have structure within the classroom and all the students to know that they're also being nurtured, that it's not just one-sided, that they're able to be within the lesson, that they're doing collaborative work, and I become the facilitator. My strategies also allow the students to be communicating with each other in groups or in pairs. My classrooms are pretty straightforward because respect, I feel like, covers a lot of things. So students are expected to use soft voices and remain in their designated spots. It is expected for them to respect their peers as they're explaining their justifications throughout the lesson. And students are expected to raise their hand. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think respect is the biggest one. When you talk about respect, you talk about keeping your hands to yourself. You talk about allowing conversation to happen. I take turns, you speak, you take turns, I speak. For student management roles, I put y'all on here because y'all are technically my students. So I decided to put the facilitator. I just random, so you're not singled out. It's just how it came in the order. So facilitator helps clarify any misunderstanding. So if you have any questions, you would go to these people throughout the lesson, and then they can help you and guide you through. It won't always be like that. It just depends on the lesson and what you're doing, and that's what happened. And the research manager, be you. And it's just getting materials. If I have to, at some point, I'm gonna have Mercedes come up and pass out these note cards and get some markers, and then later on we'll be able to do our anchor chart. So I'll need that person to come up and help. A recorder, I have my recorder already, and it so happens that it's you, so it's funny. For my room arrangement, I decided that, so it's already like pretty much structured, that half of the classroom would be team 1, and then the other half would be team 2. And then for the pairing for my explain portion, it'll be the person to their left. It'll be just for this activity, so it won't be like you'll have the same partner every time, because I don't think that's fair. But I think for this activity, it would be good just to put it to your left. That way we know what we're doing, and we can transition from one thing to the next. For my engage, it's a Jeopardy game. So I decided that the students will be grouped, like I said, into team 1 and team 2. And they'll be presented with the homophone sentence frame, and we'll have to get a board. They'll each have a board in their team. So the team 1 will have a board, team 2 will have a dry erase board, and then they will have to collaboratively work to find out the answer. And then they would write it out. This is what I think the homophone is. Is it used within the appropriate setting? And then we'll go from there. At this point, they won't technically know what a homophone is, but it's just an exposure to it. They know words, they know how to spell. They're in 4th grade, so they're able to know a few words. So this just exposes them to the idea that words can sound the same, but have different meanings and look different. And for my positive show call, I decided to add this because I think it is good to highlight effort, like that they're doing something and it means something, and their classmates are able to praise them for it. I think if you're just doing it without any motivation, it's not fun, it's not engaging. So. For my explore, I decided to do the matching double trouble activity, which I'll show you right now. I have it here. They'll technically have words like these. You can see it, pear, and then fruit. They'll have a pair of shoes. Sorry for my drawing skills. The word pear. Another definition. And obviously they wouldn't just have these because that would be too easy for them, but they would have like a list of 10 like it's written on there, and then they would have to match them. They would have to find, and then it's okay if they get this. The whole point is they're exploring what's happening. So we slowly figure it out, and they'll be able to work with a person to figure this out. They'll be able to say, hey, that's not the right word, it's not, the spelling is not right, it's not P-A-I. are, and then they'll be able to help each other out to figure that out. And they'll have this list provided to them, so it won't just be like random words. It'll be words that they've had some exposure to. And I've chosen the be seen looking. I think monitoring your students is good because that way they know to stay on task and that you care, and that you're paying attention to them, and that you're going through the lesson along with them, that you're not just standing back and letting them just do as they may. For my elaborate, I decided to do a graphic organizer. They were able to choose within 3 categories or 2. So a word there, and there is 3, so they would be able to do 3 categories and then 4 sentences each. And it's basically just a way for them to see the word, find a definition, and then also do a sentence. Because I feel like sometimes you're able to have it defined, and like, oh, okay, yeah, I know the definition, I know what that means. But then when it comes to writing it, it's not in the perfect context. So I think it's a good way to have them see it, define it, and then do it within the right category. And I also put graphic organizers because I think they're beneficial to students who have specific needs, like students who are English language learners, or students who have dyslexia, because it's a visual representation of the words. It kind of ties it in and allows a different way for them to use homophones. For my elaborate and ending and evaluate, I was going to use my graphic organizer as my evaluate because they're able to do it independently, and then I can go back, give them a rubric, and they'll be able to see exactly what they need to do to meet the expectations. Once they have that, I will assess those graphic organizers, and then for the ending, I'll have them do a sketch. Again, it's tying in that visual representation into learning. Because I feel it's important. I don't think just writing something is going to help them remember. I feel like even for students who don't have specific needs, I think it's good to have some kind of visual to help them guide them. Therefore, I decided to do a sketch. Basically, they would have to write the homophone and do like a little sketch. If it's the word, let's say there, they could draw an arrow, point it that way, and then he sat over there. And then they would use a sentence, the image, the little sketch. That way it's a way to help not only them, but their peers. Because they'll have to present it. So they say, this is my word, this is a sentence, this is my little sketch, and then they would apply it to a word wall. That way when they're done, they'll always have a reference to the fact. Obviously, if a test comes or something else has to be done, then they will be covered. But for the time being, I think it's beneficial for them to see it and see that it was done from their peers as well. And again, a visual sketch is another beneficial strategy because it helps students with specific needs, it differentiates instruction. Sketches help tie in what might be a difficult word with a visual representation. And it allows the students to create a connection between the two, and it helps learning. From my explain. So this is just what we will do kind of thing. And we will need paper, we will need a writing pencil, index cards, and then my helper over here, my resource manager, will help me pass out the materials, okay? So we're not gonna go there yet because I'm gonna do the anchor check first, okay? So I'm gonna need you guys to participate with me. I'll call you along. It's random. If you wanna raise your hand so that you can come, you can come. If you don't wanna come, you might have to come, but it's okay. It's not too hard, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Get new colors. And I'm gonna write 2 words out. And I'm gonna want you guys to tell me what is similar and what is different about these words. Okay. You can raise your hand. You can call it out. Just let me know. What is similar about these 2 words?
The way they sound.
They sound the same. So pair and pair, they sound the same. What is different different. Okay? So we have two words, Joshua said, they sound the same, but they mean something different. They look and they mean something different. Does anybody know what the word is for something that sounds the same, but looks and means something different? What?
Homophones.
Homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same, but mean a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. This will be the time that you were taking notes. Okay? You can write it down. So I'm going to write it out. Homophones. Can anybody remind me what it is? Homophones are what?
Words that sound the same but are spelled differently and mean something different.
Exactly. The words that sound the same but mean and look different. Okay. Now, can anybody, what is a pair? Can anybody tell me what that is?
Two of something?
Yeah,
Like a pair of
two of
shoes?
something. Two of the same thing. Can one of you guys come and write a sentence with this word? Okay, anybody. Go ahead. Yep, right on here, anywhere you want. I have another post-it board. Need be, so it's all good. Nice. Alrighty. Can anybody read the sentence for me?
I have a cool pair of shoes.
Did she use it in the right context? Yes, she did. She got it. She was something. Shoes come in pairs. So, now, the word pear, what is it? Simple. Just
A
straightforward.
fruit that you eat.
It's a fruit. So, pretty straightforward. Okay, a fruit. Anybody want to come to the sentence? We're going to keep doing this for a little while. Anybody? Go ahead. You can choose whichever color you want.
Okay.
Oh, nice. All right. Can anybody read the sentence for me?
I love pears.
I love pears. Is it used in the right context?
Yes.
Yes, it is. All right. Moving on to the next one. This one's going to get a little bit trickier. So, I have this word and this one. I might help you out on this first one. I is a pronoun, meaning me. I like to go outside. What is I? Don't E-Y-E.
The eye on your face that you see with.
It's a body part. It's a body part. So I is a pronoun. And I is a body part. Or something that you see with. Okay? And how about we take a break and we don't write that one down, we write the next one. Is that cool? Alright. So the next one, we're gonna do there, and there. Which I know a lot of people struggle with. So I think it'll be beneficial for us. Done orange already. I'll do this one. Okay. Okay. The first there. Who can tell me what it is?
Over there, like somewhere.
Over there is a location. Okay? A location, a place, however you want to remember it, okay? I'm gonna write that down. A place. There. What is there?
Possessive term?
Possessive. Yeah, it belongs to. So belonging. them. It's possessive. And there, I think this is the easiest one of the theirs. All
They
agree?
are.
They are. Okay. So simple as that. Okay, and for these, I do want you guys to come up. So anybody can come up.
The first one?
Yep. Nice. Alright, and what we can do as well, we can draw images to help us remember. There is a location. What can I do? What kind of image can I do to help me remember that?
An arrow?
An arrow. The house is over there. Let me draw. Just use my arrow. There. For a pear, I can draw what? Truth. It's two of something. It'll be easy. It's a good reminder. Let's imagine that these are shoes. A pear is a fruit. We usually know the shape of it. Maybe something like this, little leaf. We can do these with multiple of these, okay? You can do out a little person. We can do that. And it could be pointing to them. Then an eye, body part, we see it all the time. Or for an eye, you can also do this. That's two. So you have two eyes, you have two E's. Good reminder, you can do lashes, you can do whatever you want to help you remember, okay? There is a place, so as an arrow, that's a good reminder. There, who can come and do there? Thank you, volunteers. It's fine. Whatever color you want. Nice. So the sentence says, that is their ball. It helps us because it means belonging, okay? There. Can anybody think of a way that we can create an image or a sketch to help us remember there? Belonging to? Think about it. I'll give y'all 30 seconds. I can come up with something and I'll figure something out.
Maybe like a luggage tag?
Okay, a luggage tag. Cool. Something like that. Anybody else?
Like a person.
Yeah, we can do a person. Oh, and we can do a person probably in the middle.
Oh yeah.
It belongs to them. So there. So we can do it like right here, and then we can make this like your little head or something, and that'll be a good reminder. Like it is there. It belongs to them. Belongs to. I feel like it's kind of in the middle, like it's inner. So there. That's a good way. Thank you guys. And they are. We discussed it. We know it's a little bit simpler to understand that one. Now, we're gonna go into the two, and two. Okay? Let me use a different color. Okay. What does the first two mean? Also, okay. So let me. Also or excess. I'm writing it back, but that's it. Okay. And two.
A number, quantity.
Quantity, a number. And this two, which is tricky. the seconds.
Well, it kind of explains something like I'm going to the store.
A
and it
direction.
connects.
So that's good. That's a tricky one to make that connection for. So it's a direction. I like to go outside. I like playing chess. I like to a direction. Okay. And I'm gonna have you come on. Simple sense. It doesn't have to be any of that. Any of that. All right. He went 2. Yeah. Okay. 2. This is super simple. Y'all want me to do this one? Okay. He has 2 oranges. Quantity, a number. Okay? Into a direction, we've already talked about it, so we won't have to write it out. I like to outside and all of that, okay? I'm thinking we might have to do another one, okay? So let me just, we'll do, let's say, 6 more? Is that cool with you guys? We can do more. Let me get some tape really quick. Okay. Next. So, next one. We're gonna do your and your. Okay? So, Y-O-U-R. Okay. Anybody know what the first word means? I'm gonna give you a sentence and I'm gonna see if you guys can make connections with another word.
Well, it's kind of like the belonging, like
Mhm.
your ball.
Exactly. It means belonging, belongs to. Okay. Volunteer. Okay, nice. Good job. Your hat is red. Your, it has an apostrophe. That means contraction. So what is that one?
You are.
You are. I'll give you guys a break. Okay, I'll do this. Okay? Your. You are funny. Okay? Move on to a different, less, I would say easier one. Okay? Excuse me. What does this one mean?
The sun in the sky.
The sun. So a star, okay? Excuse me. It's allergies, I promise. Okay. Excuse me. Sun is a star. And then S-O-N.
Like a kid.
A child, okay, son. You can write is a child. What are some ways that we can remember these words? Like a little sketch.
Make the O and sun into a head. Make a person.
To make a person?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's a good one. Make it like here, like a little kid. Okay. And for sun, what should we do?
Like draw a star.
Okay, we can do a star. Maybe you do it somewhere here. Okay, nice. Now, we have gone through a few of them, and I have a list here that if you guys want to look at, you can go ahead and look at. It has what a homophone means, and it has other homophones. Now, I'm going to leave this up for you guys to have a reminder of what a homophone is, and we're going to go on to our next thing, which is a factor fib activity. Excuse me. So for our factor fib, I have written out the instructions for it. Just kind of just a reminder. Have it in words, I'll say it verbally. So on the index cards, you will write the word fact, and on the other one, you will write the word fib. Once you have completed writing these, you will work with the person to your left, and then you will be presented with sentences that require you to identify and explain the homophone within the right context. So if you are given, I'm going to put up a sentence, and you're going to tell me whether it's right or wrong. And you have 30 to 45 seconds to think about it individually. Think about it, and then you're going to say, you're going to have your fact and your fib part. Let me write it down for you really quick. You have fact or fib. And once you've thought about it, and I tell you showdown, you'll discuss with your partner. You would, once it's showdown is said, you'll put, okay, it's a fact, because the homophone is usually in the right context. The spelling is T-A-R-I-R. Okay, and that's how you justify it. You talk to your partner. If they disagree, that's okay. That's the whole point of it. We're going to try our best to think about the word, and then we'll discuss it together. Sound good? Alright. So, my healthy, trusty little helper, thank you. Appreciate your help. Do you mind getting these? And you can get some markers as well, just in case they need them. Yeah. You guys understand the instructions? Thank you. Alright, we're gonna move on to our first one. You all ready? Let me know when y'all are ready, and then we'll move on.
Ready.
Ready? Okay, everybody? Nice. Okay, let me just underline that to give some emphasis as a reminder. Alright. Is this homophone used within the right context? Think about it, 30 seconds. Well, you guys are older. I'm gonna give you about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Discuss. Okay. Fact. Okay, we got fact. Can anybody tell me why it's a fact?
Because the person is talking to someone telling them that you are driving my car.
Yeah. Because you are. Has our apostrophe that helps us remember that it's you are. Okay? Nicely done. Not too bad. Next one. Their pencil is over there. We have 2 homophones. I want you guys to look at both of these and whether they are right within the right context. Showdown. Fib. Nice. Why?
They're switched.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
They're switched. This means what? Possessive. It belongs to. So it's their pencil. And there is a what? There is a location. So it's their pencil is over there. Okay? You guys were 4th graders. I would write it out. That way you can see it, but I don't think there's a need to do it. of two. Two means as well. Okay? Have we talked about it? You are. Help us remember. Can I have 2 slices for dinner? I think we can figure this homophone out without me pointing to it. Go down. Good, I see a lot of facts. 2 means what?
Quantity.
Quantity, a number. So 2 of something. So you have 2 slices for dinner. Can you say it's pizza, cake, whatever. I'd rather have cake, but I can't see the birds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Showdown. Big. Why is it big, Joshua?
Well, because it's the wrong C. That's like the water C.
Okay, so how should it be spelled?
S-E-E.
S-E-E means see. It means to look at. What does this C mean? The ocean, water. Not used within the right context. Because we're talking about seeing. We can look at something. So the word see can also be used like this one. S-E-E. And we can make little eyes. They're looking. I can see, or I can't see the bird, okay? See means the ocean, so we can do, what do you guys think we can do for it to remember? Could you do like a little wave within the A, something like that? Like maybe, oh gosh, this is bad. Okay, something like that, like see, and then, I don't know, you can put some little, you're artistic, then you can do that. Not so much. So, see? Okay, that's a good one. Next one. My eye color is blue. It's not blue, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showdown. Okay, fifth. Why? What's wrong with our homework?
It's the wrong I.
It's the wrong eye. What should it be?
E-Y-E.
E-Y-E, eye. And it's right here. My eye color is blue on that one, but my color is green. It would be according to yours. I read that most dolphins have 2 stomachs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showdown. Big. Caitlin?
So there's 2 that are wrong. The red is the wrong red.
How should it be?
It should be R-E-A-D.
R-E-A-D, good.
And then the second one is 2. It should be T-W.
Why?
Because it's not talking about like how if there's too many stomachs.
Okay, it's not talking about excess, it's talking about what? A number, a quantity, okay? So it should be T-W-O, and then red should be, what was it?
R-E-A-D.
R-E-A-D. And they actually do have 2 stomachs. Not all of them, but most of them have 2 stomachs. Okay, my aunt is a teacher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go down. That, good job. Aunt is used the right way. If it didn't have this, what would it be? Ant, but it would mean a what?
A little bug on the floor.
A bug, an insect. So if we have this, my aunt is a teacher. Can an insect be your teacher?
No.
No. So you can assume this is a person and it's your mom's sister or your dad's sister. Okay. I need to write everything down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showdown. Big. Y.
Squat right.
Is the wrong right? How should it be?
W-R-I-T.
Okay, nice. Good job. The sun is a star. It's a tricky one. 5, really give me 2 words, sorry, I forgot that. Okay, big Y.
It's talking about the kid, like the child's son, not the
Mhm.
star.
Nice. So it would be S-U-N is a star. The sun is a star. But some people might get confused because the sun is a star, like he's the best or he is the greatest. Okay? It can be a little tricky, but we're gonna look at it. If this was within a text, we would be able to see the right context for it. Okay? Probably the wording of it would be a little bit different as well.